Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, so you know how it is sometimes you get deep enough into these musical backstories, and it's wild the connections you find.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you stumble on these threads tying artists together, and you just would have never expected it.
Totally. It's always surprising.
So we were going through some reports on Southern Soul artists, and let me tell you the story of how Avail Hollywood got his name. It's like something out of a movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So apparently in his family studio, they had this Elvis Presley poster hanging up, right? And it wasn't just any poster. This thing was signed by Elvis himself.
Wow, no way.
And get this, it was also signed by Lenny Lewis.
Lenny Lewis from Suzy Q Records.
The one and only, right? So you've got the king and a bona fide Southern Soul legend both on this poster. And the word available was right there, prominent as can be. And that somehow morphed into Avail for his stage name. I mean, can you imagine a better origin story? It's like instant street cred in two different musical worlds.
That is amazing. It's like a ready-made legacy baked right into the name.
Right. It's just too perfect. And it gets you thinking about all the influences swirling around this guy from day one, which is exactly what we're going to do today on the Deep Dive. We're doing a deep dive on Avail Hollywood, this force of nature in the Southern soul scene.
He's really making waves.
No kidding. So picture this R&B and blues at the core, but with this vocal style that'll stop you in your tracks. And the way he weaves stories into his songs, it's like mini movies for your ears. We've got a really in-depth report here, laying it all out. His whole life story, his musical influences, tracks the impact he's having.
Yeah.
We basically want to give you the Avail Hollywood cheat sheet. So you can sound super informed at your next party.
I like it.
All right, so let's kick things off with the basics. Christopher Estelle, that's Avail Hollywood's given name, born July 24th, 1983 in Texarkana, Texas. Now, come on, you can't tell me that Southern upbringing doesn't play a huge role in Southern soul music. It's got to be in the DNA.
Oh, absolutely. It's essential Southern soul. It's all about capturing the essence of the American South, the experiences, the culture, the whole vibe. It's a genre that's deeply tied to place and heritage. So yeah, where an artist comes from, especially in the South, it shapes everything about their sound, the stories they tell.
Makes total sense. And with Avail, Hollywood music wasn't just something in the background. It was a family affair. His dad, Collins Estelle Sr., played guitar, R&B, and gospel, which is already pretty interesting right there, like two major flavors already in the mix. How much do you think that kind of early exposure shaped him?
Oh, I'd say it's massive. You've got the rhythm and groove of R&B, and the soul-stirring passion of gospel, all those ingredients blending together from a young age. I mean, it's a recipe for musical depth. That mix of the secular and the sacred. You hear it all the time in Southern soul.
And it wasn't just listening either. He was playing drums in the mass choir at Sunset Missionary Baptist Church right there in Texarkana with his dad and his sisters, no less.
Really, a family band in the making.
Almost. It's funny how often you see these powerhouse vocalists and musicians and their roots trace right back to gospel. It's like a training ground.
It really is gospel.
Yeah.
It's all about feeling the music, that deep emotional connection, and then the emphasis on rhythm and harmony. Those are crucial elements for any Southern soul artist.
Yeah.
And you can definitely hear that foundation in Avail Hollywood singing later on.
Okay, so hold on. We've got to add another layer to this musical family portrait. His sisters, Lorraine and Donna Estelle, they formed an R&B blues group called Shades of Ebony back in 1995. So this wasn't just a hobby for the Estelles. This was serious business.
Yeah, that's a whole other level of immersion in the music world, right?
Yeah.
He's growing up surrounded by it, not just as a listener, but as part of a family that's making music, performing, getting out there. That kind of experience had to give him a huge head start, a real understanding of what it takes.
Okay, so this is where Claytown Records comes in. In 1998, Shades of Ebony signed with them, a label owned by Willie Clayton. Now we're talking a heavy hitter in the Southern soul world. How big of a deal was that for Christopher, do you think?
Well, that must have been huge. Just being around Claytown Records puts him right in the thick of the Southern soul scene. He'd be seeing how records are made, what the performance style's all about, the behind-the-scenes stuff. It's like an apprenticeship, right?
Yeah.
You learn the ropes, you soak it all up, and start figuring out where you fit in.
And this whole time, he's got that Elvis poster staring him in the face. We got to come back to that because it's just too good. Elvis Presley, now available in Hollywood. signed by Elvis himself and Lenny Lewis of Suzy Q Records. How did that even end up in their studio? I'm dying to know.
You know what? That's the one thing the reports don't actually say. It's like a little mystery, but it makes the story even better. But the names on that poster, man, they're loaded. Elvis, obviously a giant. And Lenny Lewis with Suzy Q Records. They were major players in Southern Soul. So when Christopher Estelle shortens available to Avail, it's not just a cool name. It's like this instant link to these two massive forces in music history. Almost like a good luck charm.
Like, he's claiming his spot in that lineage right from the start. I love it.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so we've got the background, the family, the name. What about the music itself? What's the Avail Hollywood sound? What are we listening for?
Okay, so it's Southern Soul through and through, which, like we've been saying, it's this amazing mix of blues, R&B, gospel, even a touch of country sometimes. Think of it like classic soul with that raw emotion, but then you add in that bluesy feel to the instruments and the stories they tell. It's all about real-life adult stuff, the kind of stuff everyone goes through.
Which is relatable.
Super relatable. But here's the thing. Avail Hollywood, he takes that classic sound and blends in these modern R&B production techniques.
Yeah.
It's like he's bridging the gap between the old school and the new school.
So it's not your grandpa's Southern Soul?
Exactly. He's got that respect for the roots, but he's adding his own twist, which I think helps him reach a wider audience. It's Southern Soul, but with a fresh coat of paint.
I like that. Now, the report talks about his vocals, a distinctive, soulful, expressive tenor voice. What is it about his singing that grabs you?
Oh, man. His voice, it's the heart and soul of his music. You know what I mean? He can express just about every emotion under the sun. You hear the joy in the upbeat tracks, the passion when things get intense, and then in those ballads, you feel that vulnerability, that heartache. He's not just singing the words, he's living them. And that's what Southern Soul is all about, that raw emotional connection. And yeah, he's got his own unique sound, but you can hear those echoes of the greats who came before him, you know?
It's like the torch is being passed, but he's adding his own fuel to the fire.
Right. It's a beautiful thing.
Okay, so let's zoom out a bit. What about the instrumentation, the production? What are the sonic choices that make an Avail Hollywood track?
So he's a master at blending those traditional Southern Soul sounds with a modern R&B vibe. You'll hear those bluesy guitar riffs, a driving bass line, those drums that just hit you in the chest. Sometimes he throws in horns or even harmonica, those classic touches that ground the music in that Southern Soul world. But then he layers on these modern touches like synthesizers, those crisp drum machine sounds. It's all mixed, so clean and polished. It's like a sonic time machine, but with all the bells and whistles of today.
So it's not like one or the other, it's both.
Right, it's this intentional fusion. The old school elements give you that soul, that connection to the past. But then the modern production keeps it fresh and exciting. You know what I mean? It's a tough balance, but he makes it work.
All right, so we've talked about the sound, the influences. What about the stories themselves? What are the themes that come up again and again in his lyrics?
Well, according to the report, love and relationships are front and center, along with all the ups and downs that life throws at you. Pretty classic Southern Soul territory, right? Yeah. But he goes deep into these adult relationships, the good, the bad, the messy. It's all there. And what makes it hit home is how relatable it is. He's singing about stuff that we've all been through. We've felt those same feelings. It's real life put to music. And the way he does it, it's not just listing emotions. He's telling stories. You can picture the scenes in your head. There's that narrative flow, and you always get that sense of honesty, vulnerability. You know he's not holding back.
Okay, so we've got a good grasp on his background, the story behind the name, the musical style. Now let's dive into some of his standout work. His debut album, The Young Gun of Southern Soul, came out in 2009. That's a pretty bold title for a first release.
No kidding. Right out the gate, he's making a statement. And it looks like it made an impact. People took notice. It really put him on the map in the Southern Soul world, especially the song Don't Leave Me.
Oh yeah, Don't Leave Me. It's considered one of his signature tracks. He even got the nickname the Prince of the Beggars for the way he sings it, just pouring his heart out. That's going to be an emotionally charged song.
Oh yeah, big time. You can hear that desperation in his voice, that raw plea. It's the kind of song that grabs you by the heartstrings. Anyone who's ever felt that kind of longing or heartbreak, they're going to connect with it instantly. It's like he's singing their story.
Now, the report also mentions some other key songs: Drinking Again, 25 and Up, Wasted, Sinking in Quicksand. Just from the titles alone, you get a sense of those grown-up themes we were talking about.
For sure. Drinking Again, right away you're thinking alcohol relationship troubles. That's classic blues and Southern Soul territory, 25 and up. Sounds like a reflection on what it means to be an adult. Those realities hitting you wasted, I'm guessing lost love, regret, maybe sinking in quicksand. That feeling of being overwhelmed, like you're stuck and can't get out. And a report says those songs, they're prime examples of what he does best lyrically and musically.
Okay.
So if you want to really understand Avail Hollywood, those are good places to start.
And after that debut album, he didn't slow down. He released Country Road, Good Whiskey, Still King. Those are some seriously evocative titles, you got to admit.
They really are.
Yeah.
You can practically smell the Southern air just hearing those names. It's like he's doubling down on those roots, that connection to where he comes from, which is pretty common in Southern soul music. It's that sense of place, that shared experience.
Yeah.
And the report says those later albums, they really solidified his place in the genre. They show how he's grown as an artist, how he's maturing his sound.
So let's zoom out to the big picture.
Yeah.
What kind of impact has Avail Hollywood had on the Southern soul scene? What's his legacy looking like?
Well, he's definitely a major player in today's Southern soul world. You know, he's helping to keep the genre alive and bringing in new fans by blending in those modern sounds while staying true to what makes Southern soul so powerful, the emotions, the storytelling. And people are responding to it. He's got a broad audience, folks who love the classic sound and those who are just discovering it.
The report also mentioned how live performance is such a big deal in Southern soul.
Oh, yeah, it's crucial. Southern soul. It's all about that live energy, that connection between the artist and the crowd. It's electric. And Avail Hollywood, he's got that stage presence, that charisma. It's like a conversation through music, you know, that back and forth, that shared experience. That's what keeps people coming back for more.
So in terms of influence, how is he shaping the future of Southern soul, inspiring other artists?
Well, I think the way he blends traditional and modern sounds, that's a big part of it. He's showing that you can honor the roots of Southern soul while still pushing the boundaries, bringing in new elements. And that opens up a lot of possibilities. It's like he's creating a bridge between the old and the new, inviting a whole new generation to discover the power of this music.
Okay, so let's recap. We started with his upbringing in Texarkana, that musical family, his dad and sisters all in the mix. Then we had that amazing story of the Elvis poster, which basically gave him his name and tied him to both a global icon and a Southern soul legend. We dug into his music, that fusion of traditional and modern sounds, those powerful vocals, the way he tells stories through his lyrics. We even touched on some of his key albums and songs, the ones that put him on the map and cemented his place in the Southern soul world.
It's quite a journey.
It really is. And it makes you think about the bigger picture, doesn't it? This whole idea of blending genres, keeping things fresh while staying true to your roots. How important is that for any genre to survive, to thrive, to reach new audiences? It's almost like a musical evolution. And who else is out there doing this kind of thing, pulling from different worlds, creating something new and exciting? I think that's something worth exploring. And of course, we encourage you to go check out Avail Hollywood's music yourself. Now that you've got the inside scoop, there's a whole world of Southern soul waiting for you.
I second that.
So until next time, keep those ears open and those minds curious.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, you know, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.